The C team is the coordination team. Sorry for that, was a bit too fast. So it's the coordination team, the QNet coordination team. We are a group of 9 people, diverse backgrounds, diverse research questions, and hopefully all together we can represent the entire field, more or less. What is the program of today? After a short introduction, we will jump directly to this question answer round. You see here that we tried to group the questions in certain topics or stopovers, study design and fieldwork. Oops, sorry, too fast, something didn't work out. Here we go. Study design and fieldwork, sample preparation, measuring techniques. We will have a short break. Then we will continue. It's kind of a journey, as you realize, through the quantitative food anatomy methodology. We will follow up by data analysis, and lastly and not leastly, also xylogenesis, which kind of combines everything a little bit. Now, maybe a couple of instructions before we start. So this is one big session, and it will be recorded. You just realized it before. When I started to record, you were asked to agree on that. Then please keep the microphones off. Now, if you still want to interact, and we really invite you and ask you for this, use the Zoom chat, and my co-moderators will then be very happy to pick out as many of these questions as possible. Now, the way it is that roughly every of these stopovers has half an hour time, and as much time as is left will then be dedicated to these Zoom chat questions. Before we start, let's have a look back on the last workshop. Some of you may remember, if you have been there, that there was a number of projects that were designed, or let's say initiated there, kicked off, project ideas, 10 in number. And it's very nice to see that already for 10 of them there is activities. Why do I say this? Well, it's not not given that it is really possible and realistic to follow up on such project ideas, considering that these are all hobby projects. Now, to maybe give a little bit of a boost still to these projects here, we anticipate right now that a 3rd workshop will be dedicated to follow-ups on these project ideas here. Okay, now what else has happened since the last meeting or the last workshop? Here I need to change slightly to the web page. So there has been activities on the QNet web page. If you log in or are logged in and you go then to the forums, I do this so you can follow that. You will see here a forum web page in the member area in 2 blocks. One is the forums for everyone. So you are automatically subscribed to these. And then there is, for each of the 10 projects that I just mentioned, there is a separate forum. You can subscribe for any of these or ask the PIs for questions, for input, etc. Now here in the general section, there is a brand new forum or subforum, which is about seminars. I quickly enter here. And the idea is that whenever any of you has the feeling that, hey, there is an online seminar and this could be of interest to my QNet member colleagues, you can post it here. And then everyone will get these email alerts. Now, of course, I understand we are all flooded with emails. So if you feel there is too much, you can easily unsubscribe here. So I do this. From this moment on, I would not be bothered anymore about such emails. But hopefully you all keep this subscribed in the subscribe mode. So I do this again. So I'm subscribed again so that you receive all this information. Now there is also a couple of seminars, like a permanent seminar series, where we thought it's good to advertise them in a more static way. Also for this, we have a sub-page in the member area. I quickly go here. Okay, and you see here a list that can grow. Also here, please give your input. If you think there is a seminar series missing, please let us know, and we will be very happy to add it to this web page. Then there is another subpage that we added recently since the last workshop. It's about the resources or online tools and resources. This is relatively new, and well, what you will find here is already now a collection of resources grouped in certain topics like video tutorials, books and articles, software, hardware, courses, databases. And obviously, this list is never finished, it's never complete, and we very much depend on all of you to point us as missing links to what could be of interest to our community. So please help us to make this a very strong and powerful collection of resources. Then one more point, when we are in the member area, we occasionally get emails from you, hey, I want to change my email address, or how can I update this or that information? Maybe you moved to another position. And I quickly show you the most important things here. So you always have to go to your account. And in your account, you can adjust the most important elements. So here, the email address, for example, as one option that was very frequently asked. Now, if there is something in your profile, so the information that you would like to share with us, with our colleagues, then you have to go into the profile. So click here or here, view profile. Okay. Now, what we realize is I don't have a profile picture here. This is my, I say now, test account. Let's change this. So the way to adjust anything in the profile is you go to this clock and you say edit profile. Okay, and now I can add a picture. So I quickly do this. I just click on this empty area here. It seems there is a small delay, not very responsive. Okay, upload photo. I now quickly browse to a place on my hard drive. I say apply. I can also adjust a bit the dimensions here. Well, let's go quick here. And you see there is a profile picture. And also all the other information that you filled in during registration, like checkboxes, my QWA background, etc., you can adjust easily yourself. Don't forget at the very end to update the profile. This is the way to save, otherwise all your changes will be lost. I do this. And you see, well, the only change was the picture, but it is now there. So this was a small tour through the new options and maybe also old options that you haven't seen so far in the QNet member area. Now to start a bit more gently with the workshop, I would like, let's have a look at 2 polls that we prepared for you. First of all, we would like to know from you, what is your level of experience in QWA? And please just provide your answers now. We will wait a couple of seconds. Okay, I hope, can you see this? Or maybe I should, okay. I guess it was not visible, so I try again. Here we go, sorry for that. Okay, so finally it works out. So I wait a couple of seconds. Okay, and then we kind of resolve this poll. And here is the outcome. So as we see, most of you are rather new in QWA. This is exactly also what this workshop is about. But of course, also people with slightly more experience are very much welcome to join here, and potentially can also contribute. Also, some of our experts probably will be about in these categories here, of course. Good. Then maybe a second poll, which goes a bit more into the topic that we have today. So let me see this. Okay. So the second poll is about your application in QWA. You see here 4 options, and the 5th one, you can select multiple. Okay, there is still some incoming answers. And then we stop. So this is the outcome. And we see it's quite diverse. Still, there is maybe 2 favorites here: structure-function relationships and ecology and disturbances. Okay, super. So thank you very much for your contribution here. And I guess this already showed a bit. We are a diverse group of people here with various interests. And this is very important through everything that we will see in the next 2.5 hours. So the research question basically influences also the methodology that we have to use. Here again, you see all the 5 options that you had before. And depending on which interest you have, you will design your study in a different way. You will choose different anatomical features that you investigate or include in your study. Maybe also the sampling method will vary a bit. Then also lab work. So this is like you prepare the wood samples, maybe thin sections, maybe not. Also maybe the way you analyze, which software you use, etc. And finally, of course, also the data analysis. So I guess with this, we are ready actually to jump into the main part of today's workshop. And well, here we go.